fix this lighting. I look like I'm in Paranormal Activity or something, but you know, they've been professional, so it's good. Let's do it. Minding your business. Okay, so I did a video about this like a year or two ago, and I didn't really delve into what I thought about it. It was just kind of like a different video where I was naming things you should mind your business on. But this one I'll do more classic approach because, you know, there are minding your business, there's levels to it. Like everything, there's levels to minding your business. So first of all, I just want to be clear that everybody's judgmental. Like when you do dumb stuff, don't be surprised when people have a perspective on it, because it's kind of like, you know, it's only natural to come up with a judgment. The only thing is if you're gonna speak on it or not. And when people start playing victim and saying stuff like, you know, oh, you're judging me, stop. Like, no, shut up. Of course I'm judging you. Like, take some accountability. That's what the last video was about. Like, you never hear somebody say, like, oh, that was a very good thing you did. You're such a good person. And then you turn around and say, oh, stop judging me. Yeah, when it's good, you love getting judged. But when it's a bad comment, it's like all of a sudden, oh, I can't judge. No, everybody's judgmental. Which leads me into minding your business. And I'm not even saying like minding your business on the fact of like, you know, don't gossip on people's lives and everything like that. Because like I said, it goes a little deeper than that. A lot of times it's more so the instance of when people, you know, involve themselves or their opinions into other people's lives or plans, and, you know, they really didn't need to be there. Like, you ever been running an errand and then before you leave, somebody invites themselves to go with you on these errands, and you don't know how long you're gonna be gone, and 30 minutes into the line of Amscot, they're complaining about, when we going home? Why did you get in a car? I told you I didn't know how long this would take. I mean, if you would have just minded your business, you could have been at home chilling. But no, you decided to embark on me in this journey into long lines and crowded traffic at 2 p.m. And no, we're not gonna stop to get Chick-fil-A either, because I didn't have Chick-fil-A or getting food on my list. It's basically you're doing nothing but causing extra stress to be put into your life. Like, a lot of times you gotta stay out of certain things, especially like when it's your core group and you know the people you're around, you know how they operate. So it's kind of like, why involve yourself in that? Like, just think about all the things that could have been resolved if people just minded their business. There will be no racism if people just minded their business. Like, imagine if the voyagers, the pilgrims, the white dudes on the boat just saw Africa and like, oh, they have some very nice trees, and then just kept pushing. Like, the thing would have played out so much differently. That should actually be a movie. And I know I'm even talking about Crack with the Avengers on these videos, but it's kind of like when Thanos found out the Avengers went back in time to get all the Infinity Stones, and then he was like, oh, bet, I'm gonna go in and run on what they got, and then at the end he got killed. It's kind of like, if you would have just stayed in your lane, you won't die sometimes. And that's the moral of the story. If you don't mind your business sometimes, it could go completely wrong. And of course, I'm not saying like if you see your people going through something, you know, don't help them out because it doesn't pertain to you and everything. But because no, you gotta be involved. You do have to be involved to help people out when, you know, they really need it, you know, if you actually care about them. But I'm just saying, just know when to get involved in something. Like, that's the whole thing. Know when to get involved. And if you do try to help and, you know, they reject it or don't listen, just mind your business after that, because at that point, they've chosen their path.
They chose the path! They chose!
Like, I remember this one instance years ago. I had a friend who wanted to go with this girl that I knew. And, you know, I knew her very well, and I knew that, you know, this probably wasn't the girl for him. And when he brought up to me that he was interested in her, you know, I was just like,
nigga, what the fuck are you doing?
And that's when I proceeded to be on the phone with him for an hour, giving him a very detailed presentation on why he should not do this and how this probably wouldn't be best for, you know, your social life in the long run. But he wasn't convinced, and he went ahead and did it, and, you know, he told me I'm still gonna do it. So I was like, all right. May the odds be in your favor, niggas. Like, what else can I do? And needless to say, it didn't really end particularly well, but, you know, there was nothing else you can do. Once people have made the decision and chosen what they're gonna do, it's kind of like, just leave it be. Whatever will be, will be. Like, move on. Like, you just gotta let things happen naturally. And, you know, if somehow naturally you get involved, fine. But if not, you know, just leave it to them, and you're not God. You don't have to intervene in any cases and everything. Just let whatever happens over there, and, you know, hope for the best. And in addition to that, you know, unless somebody, you know, involves you in the business, then that's when you can make your choice of what do you want to say or what do you want to do? Because if you're involved in the business, someone brings you in and then you're actually in it, you can wild out at that point because, it's y'all's business. So you can say what you want to say and just, be unfiltered. And that's the thing. It's kind of like, if they bring the business to you and, you in a part of it and stuff, it's kind of like, all right, that's when you be reserved and just keep to yourself and, let what happens. However, if they bring it to you or you somehow wind up in it, that's when you can wild out because it's not their business anymore, it's y'all's business. But at the end of the day, yeah, just save yourself some stress because you don't really have to be involved in everything, especially nowadays when everybody really has their own thing that they're dealing with. We all got our own business to deal with, especially with our own group of people and our own scenarios that are playing out and where we're the central focus. Now I'm just thinking about all the world tragedies that could have been resolved if people just minded their business. They should teach us philosophy class. They should actually be in class in college. They need to make that. I'm gonna make this a class in college.
Somebody in here?
Something wrong?